Yes.
Friends.
Our friends.
In
Vietnam.
Vietnam and
Maybe Japan.
and maybe some Canadian.
Yes. Okay.
Let's start.
Hi, long time no see. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
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 How are you, con ấy? Okay. We have 6 questions for you about Thailand. Yes. Learn lại nào.
Okay.
Okay, let's start it.
Okay,
Can you introduce yourself?
a little bit.
Just your name, where you come from.
Yes.
Where you from?
Can I introduce my Thai name?
Yes.
Can I introduce my Thai name that you gave me?
Yes.
So my Thai name is Bua.
Wow. Yes. Okay. And where are you from? Just
I'm from Vietnam.
okay. And the first question is, what is the first thing pop up on your mind when you heard about Thailand?
Some tam. Pad Thai
Just food.
and Bangkok. Yeah.
How do you feel when you eat som tam and pad thai?
I really love some tam. It tastes like papaya salad in Vietnam,
Yes.
but I think that it's tastier. Like yummy. I also like kway chap. I really missed it. Oh.
Okay, second question. Are there any culture shock in Thailand?
Culture shock? Yes. I think the streets less crowded than Vietnam. Like there are many motorcycles in Vietnam, but in Thailand there are more cars and the streets are wider. And when people cross the street, we go over a bridge. But in Vietnam, in my city, there's no bridge like that. Yeah, we just cross the street. But in Ubon, I had to go over a bridge to get over there.
Do you have to adapt for living in Thailand?
I think that Thai people are friendly, and I see when I was in Thai, I see no difficulties in communicating with them, and I still can use English to buy stuff, and I have my Thai buddy, so I don't need to adapt too much.
For the first question is, how different about Thailand and Vietnam culture, and or any differences that you can notice?
The biggest difference between Vietnam and Thailand, I think that is the pagoda. The constructions of the pagoda are different from the pagoda and temples in Vietnam. I still remember going to a temple it has gold on the top of it, but the temples in Vietnam, the design they follow the Chinese style.
I see.
So it's different, yeah.
What is good and bad things in Thailand that you ever experienced?
I'm sure there's so many good things, and honestly, I haven't experienced any bad things when I was in Thai. Like, I've been to Thai for 3 times, and in 3 times, the experience were wonderful. Like, I haven't been in, like, have any difficulties or bad things happen to me during the time that I was in Thai. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good for you. And so the last thing is, what is your favorite thing in when you were in Thai? What is your favorite about Thailand?
I would say Thai food. There's a lot of, like, there are many dishes, yummy dishes, and street foods and milk tea.
Yeah.
And I also am impressed by the friendliness of the Thai people. Like, I remember me and my friend and I, we forgot our keys in a restaurant. And the staff there, she chased after us and to give us the keys of our apartment. And that's great. Yeah, Thai people are so good to me.
Okay. And that's it. That is all for the question. And
I forgot how to say goodbye.
ลาก่อน
ลาก่อน สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ลาก่อน
Hello. Can you introduce yourself?
My introduction is too long.
Just a little bit.
My nickname is Emil from Africa.
Oh.
What is the first thing pop up on your mind when you heard about Thailand?
Before I came to Thailand or after I'm in Thailand?
Before.
Before I never know about Thailand. So after when because I came here only for studies. But when I see I remember when I applied, when I sent my application come to Thailand. So I tried to read some information about Thailand. So the first thing it come in my mind is tourism.
Tourist.
Many people, yes, tourism. Many people around the world they come here for tourism.
Okay. So next question is, how different about Thailand and your country? About culture.
There are many differences. In Thailand, it is still conserve the traditional culture. It is very important. It is conserved. It still conserve the traditional culture. But in my country, we have traditional culture, but it is not. We don't conserve traditional culture like here. It is a bit different. I can say like in my country is in Africa, in Central Africa. It means there are some maybe African culture, some a bit, yeah, but also the originality of my country. So that's the difference, but we have some similarities.
So, do you have to adapt for living in Thailand?
Yeah, to adapt is easy because similar food comes similar food. That's one. Quite like 80%, 90% is similar. And people.
So the last question is, what is your favorite about Thailand?
Favorite?
Yes.
Me, I like medicine Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
One, Thailand have enough food.
Food.
Enough food. Here in Thailand, people they eat more than 3 times per day. In general, I don't know if it's Thai country, but the people they are kind. They are kind. It's those shopping, like not expensive. It's cheap.
And that's all for the questions.
Okay, so nice.
Okay, good night and thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Crab.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Yes, I'm fine too. And can you introduce yourself? What is your name? Where you from?
Okay. I'm Chihiro. I'm from Japan.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I will ask you some questions. First, what is the first thing pop up on your mind when you heard about Thailand?
Many Buddhists in Thailand,
Mhm.
and we can see many temples in town anywhere.
Okay. And are there any culture shock in Thailand?
There are many kings portraits in town. People love the royal family. I was surprised.
Do you have to adapt for living in Thailand?
I need to adapt that it is hot and humid. Also, the inside of the building is so cold.
The next question.
Yeah.
How different about Thailand and Japan culture? Or, yes, how different about Thailand and Japan?
Yes. In Thailand, there are many people in LGBT. And they are also in Japan, but many people are hiding. It is not major in Japan.
What are good and bad things in Thailand that you ever experienced?
Good thing, I love motorcycle by taxi. It is very convenient. Bad thing, Thai driver is rough. It is too dangerous.
And the last question.
Yes.
What is your favorite about staying for a month in Thailand?
People are very kind and like gentle. I love them.
I really thank you that you.
No problem. It will you again.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Randy and I'm from Vietnam. Last summer I had an internship in Thailand in Ubon, and you guys want me to give some of my thought about Thailand, so that's why I'm here. Actually, I had to say is the Buddhism. There's a lot of temples in Thailand. Yes, and that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Actually, I hardly find any particular different or culture shock when I live in Thailand, because I feel that the culture in Thailand was similar to the Vietnamese cultures. But if there's any, I have to say the first thing was something related to the road. People in Thailand always drive on the left, while in Vietnam people drive on the right. That's the first difference. And the second difference is that
the language of Thailand. Sometimes I found it hard to remember some Thai language when I want to talk to the natives, the locals. But it's the problem of everyone when they first come to the other countries, right? I'm absolutely not, because as I mentioned before, the cultures of Thailand and Vietnam are the same. So I don't have to take any adaptation to live in Thailand. The good things in Thailand is the friendliness. Is always amaze me and make me remember the most when I live in Thailand. For example, when back to the last summer when I was in Thailand and on the road to my apartment, and I took a taxi to my apartment, and then I had some problem with my health, and there was no friend there to help me, and then the taxi driver had helped me to go to the pharmacy store and bought me some drugs, and I'm really thankful for that. Or for example, when I was in a restaurant eating something, and then when I came back to my apartment, I forgot my keys. But luckily, the staff here had come to my apartment, near my apartment, to give me back the keys, and I really amazed about that. People in Thailand really always willing to help me, always willing to give me a hand. I feel like that. And the second good thing is about the price. The price in Thailand wasn't really expensive. Are really cheap. And the next thing is the cuisine. The traditional food, the various types of food in Thailand is really special. I like the taste of it, but actually it's quite spicy. Yet, and if there are any bad things, I have to say that is the hot weather in Thailand. It's like in Vietnam, especially in summer, the weather is really hot. It's scorching hot. So when I go out, especially in the middle of the day, it's really hot. So that's one is that the friendship that I had with my cute buddies. They always smile, and they are really enthusiastic, always help me, and until now I still keep in touch with them. And the next thing I want to say is about the great curriculum that your university had offered me. For example, I not only get some experience in terms of my major about education, but also the experiences in cultures. For example, I made some traditional dishes, or tried on some traditional clothes of Thailand, or something like that. And that's why I remember the most. That are the things that I remember the most when I live a month in Thailand. Thank you very much for listening.
After we interview our 4 foreigner friends who came from different countries, 2 Vietnamese, 1 Japanese, and 1 African. And we know that they came from different countries and they have their own culture. But when they came to Thailand, they really lived in Thailand. They say they really live in Thailand because our country has beautiful places, beautiful sceneries, beautiful temple. And the one thing that they really love is about Thai food. They say Thai food is very delicious, so they really love it. But one thing that they confused when they came to Thailand is about traffic lanes. In Thai, we drive in the left lane, but their country drive on the right lane. So they confused about it. So I think when we travel in another country, we have to know their culture, their information, so that we can travel in their country and we can adapt to that country. Thank you! Bye!
Summertime is nothing more than just a waste of your time. Waste it on me, waste it on me.